Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's Danny Elliott. Thank you for watching me. Please hit the like and subscribe. We got 8 subscribers now, but I want to talk to you about this Washington Post story, which came out about a week ago. And it's shocking because all throughout the last 5 years, we have just heard nothing but strong and resilient, wonderful economy, nothing but jobs, jobs, jobs. The Washington Post just found out that more Americans are taking on second jobs to pay bills. The jobs are part-time jobs. Yes, almost all of the jobs that we've seen, all of this job growth, right? Everybody got sent home during the crisis, and then, they were rehired. So all those were counted as new jobs. All these new jobs that we never had before, even though it's the same job we were let go from in April of 2020. We're going back to that. We're going back to our old new job. Meet your new job. It's the same as the old job, right? So they talk about a Google contractor who sells cell phones at Walmart, an English teacher who works at a baseball park, an accountant who sells eggs and chickens farmed off her land, and a Taco Bell manager who picks up These are all part-time jobs, guys, okay? KFC, Taco Bell, baseball park. English teacher, still a part-time job, guys. They only work 6 hours a day, 180 days a year, okay? So keep that in mind as we continue on through this article. But a growing number of Americans are taking second jobs and side hustles, spurred partly by years of rapidly rising prices. Geez, I wonder why that happened. That have gnawed away at household incomes. Yeah, nothing to do with the Inflation Act, nothing to do with printing off $17 trillion so that we could, walk around in our masks all day. The trend is a result of a strong labor market. Oh, okay. So when you have a strong labor market, that means you need to work 2 or 3 jobs. Okay, I understand. Plentiful opportunities and people seeking to boost their incomes. It's pro-cyclical, said Dean Baker, meaning that you increase the number of multiple job holders during good times. Can we think about this for a second? So if you're having a good time and you're making a lot of money at your full-time job, are you going to go for leisure in your off work hours, or are you going to go and pick up another job during the good times? Do you really need to even think about that? But this is where these economists come in, and they're just so much smarter than you and me, because they know that when the economy is strong, you are not going to enjoy your leisure time. You are going to set aside your leisure time, and you are going to work more. That's what they want you to believe. But yeah, it's pro-cyclical, said Dean Baker, senior economist at the Center for Economic and Policy Research. And some people who may have multiple jobs because they need them. Some people may need multiple jobs. How about everybody needs to have multiple income streams today, right? Guys, is anybody just working one job and you've had sufficient raises to make up for the inflation, to make up for your loss in purchasing power over the last 5 years? Is anybody out there? Raise your hand if you're out there, or, leave me a comment below and let me know. Let me know that you have one full-time job and you don't need a second job or a second stream of income because you're doing just fine, right? The share of U.S. workers with more than one job hit 5.3% of the workforce, the highest since 2019. These levels were previously last reached during the Great Recession. In some states, including Wisconsin, North Dakota, and Hawaii, the percentage of workers with multiple jobs was roughly double the national average, or around 10%. Multiple job holders who spoke with the Washington Post said that working extra jobs came at the cost of their sleep, mental health, and time spent with their families. Again, multiple jobs because it's pro-cyclical and it's good and it's a sign of great times. Or multiple jobs costing people their sleep, mental health, and less time with their family. So what are we really, what's the real reason, guys? It seems very confusing, which is the idea, as it usually is with the media. A high school English teacher in Prince George's County, Maryland, Sorry to hear that. Said she sleeps 4 or 5 hours a night and she sells merchandise at Nationals Park in DC. Like, I don't think that's a great lifestyle, right? You're sleeping 4 hours a night. I mean, do you think that somebody would rather be spending time with their family, or would they rather be working retail at a ballpark? I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking the question. But a Taco Bell manager in San Jose said that when he is able to get his desired hours at his second job at KFC, he rarely sees his kids. So he's trying to get more hours at the fast food job so he can see his kids less. And that's a sign of a great economy, according to the Washington Post. Naomi Kowald, 37, of Cambria, Wisconsin, started selling fresh eggs. I think this is really good. I think this is an ambitious side hustle that she's got with the chickens. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I actually think that this is great because you're harvesting a product that has value in today's market, right? I mean, the price of the chicks probably didn't go up exponentially, but people want fresh eggs, and people are more likely to buy them from a local farmer, right? So I think that's good. Despite a master's degree in social work, what does that entitle you to? $35,000 a year in this economy? I mean, that's a full-time job with part-time pay, okay? Economists say the share of workers with more than one job tends to rise when jobs are plentiful, as they have been coming out of the crisis. Despite some labor market cooling over the past year, workers are better off by several measures than they were in 2019, another strong period for the labor market. So everyone is working part-time and everyone is better off, according to the Washington Post. These days, the reasons people get second and third jobs vary widely, ranging from desperation to opportunity, and a phenomenon boosted by increased availability of remote jobs and gig work on platforms such as Uber and Instacart. I mean, most of the jobs in person at corporate offices are being eliminated. I mean, a lot of corporations, they have given up their office space. They walked away from their downtown headquarters. Commercial real estate is collapsing right now. And, quite frankly, they figured out that we don't need to make people come in to go on the internet. Some jobs you can't do remotely, but I would say that the majority of jobs now, you don't need to actually be at the office. And I think a lot of organizations are figuring that out. The crisis and the increase in remote work are a big part of the story. People are seeing opportunities to do contract or gig work from home that wasn't as visible to them before. I mean, everything is just moving online, guys. This isn't really anything groundbreaking. Americans used to juggle multiple jobs at higher rates in the 90s and early 2000s. Economists say it's because baby boomers who outnumber other generations were in their peak working years. More recently, smaller shares of working Americans have worked more than one job, although that rate has picked up during periods of low unemployment. Grace Wilbanks, 25, a public relations specialist at a credit union in Atlanta. Once I got a cushy corporate gig, I had more flexibility and freedom on afternoons and weekends to make my art, she said. So, a cushy corporate gig. It sounds like she's not working too hard there. Does anybody really have a cushy job today? Like, a lot of people are, did it sound like these people up above that were working at Taco Bell and working at the souvenir stand and working at KFC and working at the water filtration sales department? And are those cushy corporate jobs? I don't think there's too many. Maybe if you got a job in HR, your only job assignment is to make sure that you can repost the fake job postings once per week and kind of clear out your inbox. Like, that's your only job responsibility. Yeah, then maybe you're happy with your job. And maybe if you have a cushy corporate job where you're basically a no-show and you get a paycheck in exchange for zero performance, yeah, then if you're taking a second or third job, maybe that's cool, because you really don't have a first job. People working two jobs increasing, and more people working part-time jobs. See, we're getting to a point in the United States where there are no good jobs. You know, you used to hear these union guys back in the 90s and the aughts, they'd be picketing outside some joint, fair wages and good paying, company jobs. And it was all BS. And they're totally subservient to their union bosses who are making like $500,000 a year to do lobbying activities, to get the members to come out and vote for the Democrats in every election. They're just political activists, these unions. But they have the workers totally under their spell. They're hypnotized by good jobs, and there's no good jobs. There are no good jobs in the United States. The only good paying opportunity you have is you have to create it yourself. And that's the bottom line, whether that's becoming an investor, whether that's, you're going to buy a business, you're going to buy a going concern, and you're going to operate that thing profitably. You're going to have cash flow from that business. You're going to buy rental real estate, income property. You're going to have cash flow. That's the only opportunity that's left in America now. There is no, the American dream is to have 5 jobs, I guess, because they say it's pro-cyclical, right, guys? This is a sign of a strong economy when you have to have a job at the souvenir stand, a job at Taco Bell, and a job at KFC. That's the sign of a strong economy, according to the Washington Post. So, good on these 3 reporters, Lauren Kaori Gurley, Federica Coca, and Andrew Ackerman. Wonderful job, guys. Once again proving that the media is completely out of touch with the average American and has no idea what's really going on in the economy. And that's why you work at the Washington Post. So very good job. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you joining me on the channel here today. Please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for more. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm Danny Elliott.